Good afternoon to one and all. I am R.V. Kiran, Assistant Professor, Department of Mechanical Engineering. Today, in this video lecture, I am going to explain you about the two topics, that is the path of contact and the arc of contact. In the case, so in the previous class, we have discussed about the law of gearing. So what is the methods involved in the law of gearing and how the gears are going to be measured and what are the tangent line and what are the normal line involved in and what are the triangles involved in it. Today I am going to explain about the path of contact. So firstly you have to take the two gears. So one is the driver gear, another one is the driven gear. So which they are moving in the clockwise direction and another one in the anti-clockwise direction. So when we are going to take two gears with a machine each other, one is going to travel with the opposite direction of the other gear. So that is the driver gear is used to rotate in the clockwise direction and the second wheel, that is the driven wheel, is going to move in the anti-clockwise direction, that is the counterclockwise direction. So here in the picture you can see the line EF is the common tangent between the two circuits. So this is the EF line, which is the common tangent between the two gears, that is the first gear as well as the second gear. So the EF is the common tangent to the base circles, and when you are going to take the contact of the two teeth, which is made at the addendum circle of the wheel, and it meets the line of action at EF. So that is at the point of line at the C point. So you can see the C point here. So this is the first wheel which is moving in the clockwise direction. So this is used to move in the clockwise direction, and the tangent EF touches the first wheel at the C point. So this is the C point at the addendum circle of the wheel. So this meets at the addendum circle of the wheel when it meets the line of action. And the C line is broken, C point is broken at where the addendum circle of the pinion meets the line of action. So that is at the point D. So the point D is the line in which the addendum circle is used to move at the or touches the point at the line of action. So that is called as the CD line, which is touches the line EF at the addendum circle. Then CD is then the path of contact. So then we are going to determine that line CD, that is the CD line, is the path of contact. So path of contact between the two gears, that is the driver gear and the driven gear. So here you can see the different notations of the path of contact. So first one, it is the T circle radius of the pinion, that is called as small r. So small r is taken as the pitch circle radius of the pinion, and capital R is taken as the pitch circle radius of the wheel. So capital R is taken as the pitch circle radius of the wheel. Then R of A, that is small RA, is taken as addendum circle radius of the pinion, and capital RA is taken as the addendum circle radius of the wheel. So here in the figure you can see all the variations. So it is the small RA, this is capital RA, and this is capital R, and this is the smaller, which is the radius of the pitch circle radius of both the pinion and the wheel. Then path of contact is taken as, so then we are going to take the path of contact, that is path of approach plus path of the races. So it is taken as the path of contact plus path of races. So in the figure, from the figure you can take the both the points, that is the PD is taken as the path of contact, as we have earlier discussed in the previous one. So CD is the path of contact, and CP is the path of approach. So CP is taken as the path of approach. So here, this is the C line. So this is the P, this is the pitch circle line. So you can see in the first figure also. And CP plus PD. PD is the remaining circle one. So for the CP condition, you can take the CF minus PF. So it is taken as CF minus PF. We are going to take the CP, and for the PD condition, so for the PD condition, you are going to take the DE minus P. So DE minus P is the condition for PD. So these are the conditions, and we have to substitute these values. So CF minus PF is taken as root of capital RA square minus R square minus cos square phi minus R sin phi. So that is the value of the CF minus PF value. Then we are going to substitute the PD value also, that is DE minus PE. So that is the root of small RA square minus R square cos square phi minus R sin phi. So that is taken as the value substituted in the PD section. Then we are going to take the common point, that is sin phi is taken as common section, and capital R plus small r is taken as the right side portion. Then we are going to find the RA square minus R square phi plus small RA square minus R square cos square phi. So that is the two values, and it is taken as R plus R sin phi. Then we have to observe the path of approach that can be found if the dimensions of the driving wheel are known. So when you are going to find out the dimensions of the driving wheel, you want to find the path of approach also from the driven wheel. And similarly, the path of races is known from the dimensions of the driving wheel. So similarly, in this process also, the path of races is known from the dimensions of the driving wheel. So then we are going to find the equations for the following figures. So that is formed from this figure. So these are the two equations found. So for the CP condition, it is RA square minus R square cos square by minus R sin phi. And for the PD condition, it is the small r taken into account. So then we are going to take the two equations here. That is RA square minus R square cos square theta phi. That is RA square minus R square cos square phi. So this R plus R is taken from the two values and sin phi is the common one. So sin phi is the common section. So that is taken as the two triangles. So from the two triangles, so here this is the one triangle and this is the another triangle. So that can be taken from the following section. So that is about the two sections, that is the small r and capital R sections. Next we are going to find the arc of contact also. So the arc of contact is the distance traveled by a point on either pitch circle of the two wheels during the period of contact of a pair of teeth. So when you are going to take the distance traveled on the pitch circle, so that is called as the arc of contact for the two gears, that is the both the meshing gears. So during the path of contact of a pair of teeth. So when you are going to mesh two gears, the curve which is formed on the pitch circle, that is by the distance traveled by a point on either pitch circle of the two wheels during the period of the contact is called as the arc of contact. And in the figure you can show the you can see the at the beginning of the engagement the driving wheel volute is taken is GH. So this is the GH curve which is formed in the beginning of the engagement. When the point of contact is at P, so that is at the center of the point, it is the JK position. So the position is in the line of JK, and when it is at the end of the position, it is the DL position. So that is the difference according to path of contact. And when you are going to take the arc of contact is P dash, P dash dash. So this is the P dash condition and this is the P double dash. So we are going to take the two conditions. Then the arc contact is P dash, P double dash, and it consists of the arc of approach, that is P dash P. So this is the arc of approach, and when you come to P point and then we are going to take the P double dash point, this is called the arc of races. So in the arc of contact we are going to touch 2 points, that is the arc of approach and arc of races. So arc of approach is from the start of and beginning of the engagement, and when you are going to the end of the engagement is P and P double dash. Then we are going to take the time to transverse the approach, that is arc of approach, which is taken as TA. So TA is taken as the arc of approach. So then arc of approach is taken as, that is arc of approach means P dash P, that is end of the beginning of the engagement. It is taken as the tangential velocity of the P dash and time of approach. So that is taken as the tangential approach and the time of approach. So we are going to take it as omega A into R. So omega A is the tangential velocity and time of approach means TA, that is the so then we are going to take the omega A into R cos phi, that is 1 by cos phi into TA. So when we are going to cancel these two, it will be become like this. And then we are going to take tangential velocity of H into TA into 1 by cos phi. So the resistance came like this. That is the arc of approach came to be like this. This is about the condition of the arc of approach. Then the arc Fk. So this is the arc Fk, which is equal to the path of Fp. So it is taken as the equal length for the Fp. Condition is on generator Fp. So this is the Fp and Fk. So this Fk is equal to path Fp at the point of the generator, and that rolls on the base circuit Fhk. So that will be rolled by that. So that is about the section of arcs. We are going to take the arc of faces here. So that is taken as PP double dash. And the arc of faces is taken as PP double dash, which is equal to the tangential velocity of P into time of races. So that is equal to the tangential velocity and the time of races. So it is taken as omega A into R into TR, and the equation has been derived from this, which is taken as the tangential velocity of K. And total we got PP dash is taken as FD minus FB by cos phi, that is equal to DPD, that is PD by cos phi. And arc of contact is taken as, then arc of contact is equal to CP by cos phi, that is arc of, so it is taken as arc of approach plus arc of basis. So arc of approach means CP by cos phi, plus PD by cos phi means arc of basis. So we are going to join those two ones. Then we got the solution as CD by cos psi. CD by cos psi. So then we are going to take as arc of contact is equal to path of contact by cos phi, where path of contact is taken as CD. So this is about the arc of contact. And now we are going to find out the number of pairs of teeth in the contact. So what is the number of pairs to be taken? So generally when you are going to take this, the arc of contact is the length of the pitch circle. This has been transversed by a point on it during the mating of a pair of teeth. So this can be taken as the mating of a pair of teeth. So and then all the teeth lying in between the arc of contact will be the meshing with the teeth on the interval. So these are going to be meshing with the another gate. Then the number of teeth in the contact, that is the number of teeth in the arc of contact, is taken as so arc of contact by the circular pitch, that is the path of contact by cos phi into 1 by circular pitch. Circular pitch is taken as 1 by PC. Then as the ratio of the arc of contact, that we are going to take the circular pitch. So the circular pitch as pi into capital D by T. So it is taken as pi into D by T. So as the ratio of the arc of contact to the circular pitch is taken as also the contact ratio. So it is also taken as the contact ratio. So this, as per the ratio of contact, the circular pitch is also called as contact ratio, and the number of teeth is also expressed in terms of contact ratio. And for the continuous transmission of this motion, so when you are going to continuously transmit the motion, for at least one tooth of the wheel must be in contact. So that must be the reality in which the tooth must be contact with another of the second wheel. So this has to be contact with the other wheel. and therefore n must be greater than unity. N means number of it must be greater than the unity position. So then we are going to take a simple problem on it. So each of the two gates in a mesh has 48 teeth and a module of 8 mm. So the module is given as, that is small m is given as 8 mm, and the teeth has in the mesh is 48 teeth. So that is taken as capital T or small t. And the teeth are of 20 degrees involute profile. That is phi is taken as 20 degrees, and the arc of contact is 2.25 times the circular pitch. So circular pitch piece is equal to 2.25 times of arc of contact, and we are going to determine the addendum from this. So we are going to take the given data, that is phi is 20 degrees, small t is equal to capital is 48, and module m is 8 mm. Then we are going to take the capital R, that is the radius of the driver gate, that is equal to the radius of the small gear, that is small m into t by 2, that is module into teeth by 2. So by substituting these, we got the values as 192 mm. Then the arc of contact is taken as 2.25 into circular pitch, because the arc of contact is taken as 2.25 times of the circular pitch. So therefore it is taken as 2.25 pi. So we got the value as 56.55 mm. So the value for the arc of contact is 56.55 mm. Then now we are going to find the path of contact also. So the path of contact is taken as arc of contact into cos psi, that is cos 20 degrees. So then by substituting this formula also we can find the angle. So the same length we can find it in the by substituting in the formula also, that is 53.14. So we are going to find this formula. So then the last point, that is the addendum point. From the addendum point, that is RA minus R. So this is the RA. So RA means 202.6 mm and R means, that is radius 192 mm. So by substituting the values, we got 10.6 mm. So this is about the finding the addendum. So these are all the same points from the arc of contact and the path of contact. So by this, I am going to end my lecture. Thank you.